Do not judge a person. Do not pass judgment on anyone unless you have talked to them one-on-one. I don't care what the story is. Do not judge.
Michael Jackson almost never let his temper show in front of cameras. That's precisely what made the rare moments he did so unforgettable. It might happen mid-interview, in the middle of rehearsal, or as a reaction to criticism aimed at him publicly. Each instance exposed a side of him that few ever saw coming.
Young forever and little forever.
Who's they?
The public.
Mm-hmm.
And, nature takes its course.
Mm-hmm.
And
it does.
And I had pimples so badly, and it made me so shy. I used to not look at myself. I'd wash my face in the dark. I wouldn't want to look in the mirror.
Really?
And my father teased me, and I just hated.
One such moment happened when a young fan sat down with him for an interview. Rather than bringing up his music or his shows, she brought back a rumor that had trailed him for years. Many stars would have simply ignored it, but Michael responded right away. Is it true that you don't like Arabs?
Like Arabs?
No, that's not true at all. I love Arabs. I love all people of the world. That's a good example how people make up stories that aren't true.
With time, the rumors only grew heavier. By the early 2000s, Michael wasn't just facing whispers anymore. His name was making headlines all across the globe. When he showed up at an NAACP event, many assumed he'd steer clear of the topic entirely. Instead, he walked up to the mic and addressed it head-on, showing everyone he wouldn't allow anyone else to control his own narrative.
Thank you for your warm and generous support. I love you very much. For decades, the NAACP had stood at the forefront of the struggle for equal justice under the law for all people in our land.
For a brief moment, Michael didn't sound like the biggest pop star on the planet. He came across as someone worn down by years of having to defend himself. Yet he spoke with calm certainty, confident that the truth would one day drown out the headlines.
Everyone is presumed to be innocent and totally innocent until they are charged with a crime and then convicted by a jury of their peers.
If there was still any doubt that Michael avoided public confrontation, it didn't hold up for long. In the middle of his dispute with Sony, he did something few could have predicted. Standing before a crowd, he directly named one of the most influential executives in the entire music business.
I'm not going to talk too long because we have the demonstration at Sony, as you know. This is very important because throughout the years, black artists have been taken advantage of. And it's time now that we have to put
Facing the crowd, Michael revealed an intensity that fans hardly ever witnessed from him. He felt black artists had faced unfair treatment for far too long, and he wanted the world to finally take notice.
And he's very, very, very devilish. So I need your support, not just for me. When you fight for me, you're fighting for all black people. I really believe it's a conspiracy because the story always ends the same. We pioneer, we innovate, at the end of the story, it's not an accident. It's happened on purpose.
As he kept going, Michael grew even more forceful. He urged others to push back against what he viewed as unfair treatment within the industry and directly criticized Tommy Mottola by name. It was a striking moment, particularly from a man who typically steered clear of public disputes. Right then, it became obvious he'd decided silence wasn't an option anymore.
He called him a fat black nigger. And I can't deal with that. But just remember also that when an artist break all-time records, and I'm not here to brag.
Just before stepping away from the stage, Michael reminded the room of everything he'd accomplished for Sony and laid out why he felt the label had turned on him once he took greater control of his own career. This wasn't a spur-of-the-moment outburst. He sounded like a man who had carried these thoughts for a long time before finally choosing to voice them aloud.
The story ends the same. Sony, being the artist that I am at Sony, I've generated several $1 billion for Sony, several billion, and they really thought that my mind is always on music and dancing, and it usually is, but they never thought that this performer myself would outthink them. So we can't let them get away with what they're trying to do, because now I'm a free agent. I just owe Sony one more album. It's just a box set, really. It's with 2 new songs, which I've written ages ago, because every album that I record, I write, like, literally, I'm telling you the truth, I write at least 120 songs.
Michael's frustration wasn't limited to that one speech. Afterward, he made sure people understood this wasn't a fleeting moment of anger. He was convinced Sony had intentionally worked against him once he pushed for more say over his own music. It was one of the few times he kept coming back to the same grievance, making clear just how deeply. As he pressed on, it was obvious this went beyond a single album or one dispute. Michael felt certain that powerful figures wanted to make him an example the moment he stopped playing by their rules. He remained calm throughout, but every word carried the weight of someone who felt pushed past his limit.
When I'm trying to hear it, it feels like somebody's fist is pushed into my ears. It's really very difficult. I know you mean well, but I'm trying to adjust to the inner ears, okay? With the love, L-O-V-E.
Michael?
It's not easy, though.
Michael, one more time, I couldn't hear you, sir.
The inner ears are very difficult for me when you're raised.
Michael's intensity wasn't reserved for reporters alone. Rehearsals revealed a completely different version of him. If anything felt off, even just barely, he brought everything to a halt right away.
No, gotta let it simmer. It's got a moment where it has to simmer.
That's right.
You're not letting it simmer. You just bathe in the moonlight. You have to let it simmer.
Just one minor slip was all it took for Michael to gather everyone and start over. He wasn't out to humiliate anyone. He just wouldn't settle for anything short of the performance he'd pictured in his mind.
There is no second verse. Sorry about that, you guys. First verse, ooh, then right to the bridge. Okay. Let's do it one more time.
Sure. Want to go down and come back up?
Yeah. That's why we have rehearsal.
There you go. Random.
Yeah.
What set Michael apart was holding himself to that very same bar. When he flubbed a cue, he never brushed it off. He'd pause, own up to it, and remind the room exactly why rehearsals mattered in the first place. Every slip belonged there, not in front of thousands watching live.